This is the ARK Survival Evolved Tame Ladder, where I'm not allowed to level up until I tame, saddle, and ride a creature. The ultimate goal? To tame the Titanosaur. But before I can get there, I'll need to start all the way at the beginning. And I'll be doing this all within 100 in-game days. To fuel my masochistic tendencies, I'm not allowed to keep any weapons or weapon blueprints that come from loot drops. Anyway, here are my mods, here are my settings, and without further ado, let the suffering begin! On day 1, I created my character.
Damn, boy, he's thick, boy!
The f*** you say to me, you little shit?
I spawned and tamed a dodo on my first try. My first saddleable creature is the shit pig, so I bought the slingshot and the saddle and set out looking for one. I eventually found one and knocked it out with my bare fists. Next was the Parasaur, whose saddle unlocks at level 9. With my extra engram points, I bought the thatch foundation, thatch wall, bola, and of course the Parasaur saddle. I placed down some foundations where me and my shit friend could settle down together.
No.
I went looking for a Parasaur to tame, and it went about as you would expect. Eventually, I managed to tame 3 Parasaurs. See, I was going to need all the help I could get, as the next creature on my list was the Carbonemus, whose saddle takes cementing paste to craft. I wasn't a high enough level to craft it, and the only way to collect cementing paste on this map is in places like this. The plan is to take my army of Parasaurs and use them as cannon fodder to distract while I steal that
tasty, cementy, creamy goodness.
I'd then use the Fjord or teleport feature to get the fuck out of there. But enough talk, it's time for action. I went the wrong way. I eventually made it to the central castle with only one Parasaur left, so I gave it a name and made a run for it. Diarrhea sacrificed himself for me, but I eventually got my paste and got out of there. On day 3, I made some pants. With the paste finally back at my house on day 4, I found a nearby turtle and gave him the ol'. I then saddled and rode it home. Next up is the Ichthyosaurus at level 13. After a great deal of suffering, I realized that I had an issue. Every time I would feed the Ichthy, it would no longer willingly swim up to me. I couldn't just swim after it because, well, so I would essentially need to tame it in one feeding. I couldn't get prime meat because but I had an epiphany. The solution to my problem, like most things in life, was with my humanely sourced prime meat, the Ichthy was soon mine. Until it wasn't. Although, now is no time to mourn. It's time to complete my gamer compound. I then tamed a Pachycephalosaurus. I'll spare you the details because frankly, nothing happened, and I need to maintain
maximum neural stimulation.
Next up was the Trike, at level 16. Like the absolute dumb f that I am, I continued to level only weight and fortitude. Looking back, I should have really leveled some speed. I would really come to regret this later. The challenge was now to knock out a fucking Triceratops completely naked, no traps, with nothing but a boomerang. Eventually, I was able to knock one out, but it got eaten by a Rex. What the frick? I was eventually able to knock out a new one. I tamed it, saddled it, and rode it back to my base. Back at base, there were 2 raptors loitering near my property, which is lucky seeing as that was my next tame.
Oh no! Oh no!
Hey, Darman fam, I hope you love that message.
With every one of my creatures dead, me and my new raptor friend set out to tame some more utility dinos.
Oh my gosh! Oh my god, no!
Upon further deliberation, I willingly decided to move base locations. I loaded everything I could into my canoe and set out. I tamed up some new raptors and immediately lost one. I made my way to the central castle, evicted its current residents, and claimed it as my own. While I was building this gamer compound to end all gamer compounds, I hatched and raised 5 raptors. I hatched and raised 3 raptors. I took one of the imprinted raptors out in search of carrots, as my next tame was the horse. While I was out exploring, I managed to get a full set of hide armor through supply crates and carnivore loot drops. This is great because I just don't have the engram points to purchase the engrams for hide armor. Finally, after an entire in-game day of searching, I found what I was looking for. I then set out to find me a horse. Eventually, I came across this one that was looking pretty JRH NBR.
Come on, dude, you didn't have to say the whole thing. I know what JBRH NBR is. Come on, dog.
Come on, you think I just started fucking horses yesterday?
A quick update on where we are. I've just tamed the Equus, advancing me to level 22, where I can unlock trank arrows. This is going to be a huge upgrade, seeing as most of part 1, I only had access to the boomerang. As it stands now, I still don't have spare engram points to buy base building parts, so I've still got my thatch hut. But I've got my new horse, I've got my 2 raptors, it's time to start climbing my way up the ladder.
Oh, no.
I need to take my mind off the loss of, yet again, every single one of my creatures. To cope, I set out looking for a scorpion, which was my next tame. I knocked it out and put some spoiled meat into its inventory.
Oh my gosh! No! Oh no!
Fair enough. I'm a little lost, but fair enough.
Not to worry, I found a high-level tech raptor near my base that I tamed. I also found and tamed a scorpion without incident. Next up was the prohibited. Luckily, there was one near my base. I was too broke for any form of trap, so I had to trank it out on foot.
Why are we still here?
And in classic Ghoul fashion, everything was going to shit. Everything. Everything was falling apart, and all of my creatures are dead.
Again!
I had to regroup, so I did some repairs at base. Luckily, I had some spare raptor eggs stashed away, so I hatched those up. It was the morning of day 12 by the time I found a new prohibited. I had to trank it out on foot, but I managed to get it knocked out, tamed up, and I walked it back to my base where I saddled it and rode it. Okay, here we go. Time for another big upgrade. I can now craft the crossbow. I can now start doing some real damage.
That's a lot of damage!
Now, for those of you paying attention, look at these creatures. What's special about them, you might ask? Well, you see, it's very simple. They're all fucking impossible to tame. I'd like to express to you how absolutely painful the next 10 hours of my life work, but I just could never do it justice. First of all, the manta takes angler gel to tame, which I don't have. The galley has no fucking health, so I kept killing it. And the Velonosaur is half dinosaur, half machine gun. It lives on a fucking volcano surrounded by wyverns and T-Rexes. I'm getting flashbacks just thinking about it. Just for context, I was here on day 12. I'm now here and it's day 22.
Gosh. Oh, it's out, it's out. Oh. Ah! Oh, yes. No! Oh! Oh, yes! Oh, stop. Oh! Yes, oh my gosh.
Anyway, now that that's out of the way, I finally had some easy tames coming up, thank all that is holy. Within about 3 days, I was able to tame up the Iguanodon, Mammoth, Danon, Terrorbird, Dodic, Sarco, Inky, and Saber. Now that I had some good farming dinos, I went out farming for some stone and some metal. Not that I could actually use it for anything. I still had next to no engram points because I had to spend them all on saddles. Things were looking up though. The thing that was saving me was the fact that I did all that fishing. You can actually get a shit ton of good saddle blueprints from fishing. The point I'm trying to make is I really need to save every engram point that I can if I want to buy base parts at any point in the future. Next up was the Pteranodon, which is literally the easiest tame of all time. I could basically do it with my eyes closed and my hands tied behind my back and my dick super glued to a high-speed railroad track. I made the saddle and basically used all of my resources upgrading it to Journeyman. With my newfound mobility, I went out farming all those juicy ass purple drops. What I was really looking for was blueprints for base building parts, but all I found was absolutely jack fucking shit. While I was out, I tamed the Capro. Okay, I can't put this off any longer. I need to start brewing beer for the Calicotherium. So I bought the keg and made 2 of them. I then realized I needed to buy the water reservoir. I then realized I didn't actually need to buy the water reservoir. What I actually had to do was buy a shit ton of stone pipe parts instead. While I waited for my beer to brew, I went out farming drops again, and I found this metal ceiling blueprint. It was at this point that I remembered that S Plus has a blueprint maker for 0 engram points. I guess I should have probably been saving all those wood structures instead of just throwing them away this whole time. Next, I tamed the frog and the Paraceratherium. At this point, I'm still a ways away from having cryos, so a lot of these creatures get tamed and then just are abandoned in the middle of nowhere. Listen, buddy, I don't make the rules. Okay, I do make the rules, but once you've provided value to me, I'm no longer incentivized to provide you value or protection in return. I mean, come on, it's basic economics. Oh, hey, my beers are done. I only have 2, so hopefully that's enough. I have 4 beers, so hopefully that's enough. While I was out, I found... Oh!
Oh, there it is, baby. Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh, dude. Bruh.
Oh, hell fucking yes. This is basically gonna save my ghoul ass for the future where traps are basically required. Next was the Pelagornis. After about 3 seconds of that shit, I decided to tame a gas bags instead. I teleported to Asgard and found 2 fairly quickly.
I can't believe you've done this.
Once they were tamed, I walked them all the way back to my house. Next up was the donkey.
Alright, now give me your pants. Now give me your other pants. No!
I bought the saddle and quickly realized I didn't need to buy the saddle because I already had the blueprint.
Oh, fuck. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm a fucking idiot. No. I literally have a Dunkley saddle blueprint.
But hey, whatever, you know, that's the ghoul way. Shit happens, you shake it off. Then you lie awake every night sleepless, unable to cope with the failures of your own mediocrity. Next up was the dire bear. I had literally never tamed one before. Apparently it's not as easy as I thought it would be.
Ah, no! Oh no. Leave me be!
During this whole debacle, my Pteranodon got killed, so I had to tame 2 high-level ones. I bred them together and got a fully imprinted baby. The Karna was next, which on paper is a huge upgrade, but at this point, with all those saddles I fished up, I had amassed a very decent amount of engram points, so it was time to splurge. I bought the Stone Behemoth Gateway. I can now feel a little bit more safe from all the scary dinosaurs. Fishing saddles up could only take me so far. I would need a better source of saddles and blueprints. I was approaching level 50. Once I hit level 50, I'll be able to fight the world boss Bela, whose loot table is just absolutely ridiculous. High level saddles, insane armor, and batshit crazy weapon drops. It's time to amass my army. During this, I organized all of the creatures I had back at my house because it's starting to get a little crowded here. I also went out and tamed up a low-level berry, abandoned him immediately. This pushed me over level 50, where I can now craft cryopods, but more importantly, I can fight Bela. The walk there was tense. I used every opportunity I could to level up my raptors and my Daenons. They weren't powerful, but it would have to be enough. I had made it to the cave. I slowly made my way in and summoned the bee. Victory. My Dromaeosaur pack had done it. The spoils were a rock golem saddle, which would be insanely helpful once I got there, and a new pair of pants. Now that I was level 50, I could finally craft cryopods. This is a huge step as it's gonna increase my rate of animal cruelty by unprecedented amounts. So I spent all day farming those up. Now it was time to tame the Thylacoleo, which, by the way, is pronounced Thylacoleo. So now when you hear people call it Thylacoleo, you could be just as outraged as I am. I found a level 145, so I knocked it out. For whatever reason, the Thyla takes cooked meat to tame. I'm not really sure why, but whatever, I made some for it. The Megatherium was next. I found a level 145, so I knocked it out, tamed it, saddled it, and rode it, and for a moment there, I almost didn't feel any of my crippling depression. Next is the Arthro. The Arthro is a passive tame that takes I bought the cooking pot, bug repellent, crafted all my shit, and tamed my Arthro. Okay, now day 44 was special because I tamed a tappy. I bought the engrams for the stone foundation, stone wall, stone ceiling, shotgun, and chainsaw. And I didn't record any of it. Fuck my life. On day 45, I made a chainsaw and a shotgun. I made my way over to the Megalo cave and tamed one. It really wasn't difficult because they have an absolutely gnarly speed debuff in the daytime. So days 46 through 50, the plan was to amass an army of Megatheriums so that I could farm Bela. But once I killed it and got pretty much nothing of use, I gave up on that dream.
Useless, 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 useless!
Days 51 through 53, I'll speed through this a little bit, but I tamed the Daedon, Basilosaurus, Snow Owl, RG, and Bronto, with a huge emphasis on taming that RG. This is huge. Day 53 through 55, now it's time for the Plesiosaurus, or I like to call him Neck Boy. So I searched, and searched, and searched, and searched. Okay. I give up. I have determined that the Plesiosaur is not on this map.
But Ghoul with Gruel. I saw the Plesiosaur on this map last week, you just have to go.
Now my next creature I know for a fact spawns on this map. This is the Tropianathus, which ended up taking about 5 in-game days to find. Within these 5 days, I found some high-level RGs and made them breed.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, finally. Oh.
Eventually I spotted the Tropy, I made my birdcage and got her in. Now, the Tropy is an interesting tame. It's a passive tame, but it's an aggressive creature. So the only way to do it is to use the Chain Bola to get close without it attacking you. It takes a while for its hunger to drain, but just keep an eye on it, be patient, and it should be good. Once she was tamed, I named her Christy North.
I don't have feelings for Christy North.
The next couple days I spent farming high-level fur armor in preparation to enter Jotunheim, as my next tame was the Mana.
There are on Jotunheim. No, they are not. Indeed they aren't. My mistake.
The next couple days I spent farming high-level fur armor for no reason in particular, just because I felt like it, as my next tame was the Aloe.
Okay, he's into the building. You got this. You got this. You got this.
360. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's go, headshot!
Day 64, I tamed a Theri without incident. Okay, my next tame is the Rock Golem. The Rock Golem is a unique tame because you need to knock it out with unconventional methods. You basically just need to shoot it in the face with cannons and feed it rocks, and then it'll be your friend. I was going to need a lot more metal than I currently had, so I started farming tech dinos for their scrap metal.
he's thick!
I bought the cannon and cannonballs and spent all of my metal to get those crafted up. My intended strategy was for my RG to draw the aggro of the golem while I shot it. One problem is on Fjordur, the rock golem is actually the lava golem, and it only spawns in the Magmasaur cave, so I temporarily enabled cave flying as I didn't know any other way to do this at the time. But ARK being ARK, the Magmasaur cave was bugged and it wouldn't spawn any creatures. I tried relogging, performing dino wipes, loading other caves. I literally tried everything. Now, I know every game has its bugs. With all due respect, you're all a bunch of fucking Neanderthals. Fix your fucking game, wildcard. What I ended up having to do was use the command console to spawn one in. Now, I'm still gonna go through the taming process. I just could not get one to spawn naturally.
Oh no! Oh no. Oh no. Ah! Right. Oh no. Hiya! Oh shit, shit. Ah! Hiya! Fuck. No.
On day 68, I came to the conclusion that trapping the golem would probably be my best bet, so I crafted a ton of metal structures and I made my way back to the cave to begin the taming process.
Yeah. Oi!
When he woke up, I named him Dwayne. I then took him home and made sure to ride him. I then went on the search for a Spino, knocked one out.
There he goes.
Overnight it tamed up.
Oi! Oi!
The Megalania was next. On the Fjordur map, you can find Megalanias in an underwater cave roughly here. I thought it would go smoothly, but I almost drowned. An Arthro broke all my armor.
Oh, lovely.
All of the Megalos woke up and almost killed my raptor. And on top of that, I got epically jump scared by a snake.
Oh! Me! Oh my gosh, that scared the shit out of me.
Holy
I come in here, I'm pulling one of these absolute mind benders. What do you do here? You're absolutely, completely helpless.
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for.
Preparing the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Alright, time for the Rex. Finally. I went out looking for one, and I actually found a max level female fairly quickly.
Oh, well, would you look at that?
So I built a trap and knocked her out.
Wait! No, no, wait!
After a bit of searching, I found a level 150 male. I'm telling you, if you ever need good Rex spawns, come to Fjordur. They're literally everywhere. The next couple days I spent breeding my 2 Rexes to get a perfect pair. More than likely I won't go into breed lines and mutations and all that, but I want to be prepared just in case I decide to. I also set 1 Rex aside so I could get a full imprint on it and raise it to raid the Rock Drake next with me, which is my next goal. While he matured, I farmed up a full suit of hazard armor. It was day 73 when I took my new Rex, Danny, and made my way to Asgard to raid the Rock Drake nest. Danny was powerful. Literally nothing was standing in our way. I got my eggs and got out of there. I spent the entire next day waiting for my rock drakes to mature. It was getting a bit crowded around my base, so while my rock drakes grew up, I went out to farm a ton of cryopods. Once I farmed up all those cryopods, I cryoed most of my unnecessary dinos and sentenced them to an eternity in the box. Keep in mind, a lot of the endgame saddles and materials I'm going to need to craft are going to require a shit ton of metal. So this whole time, I've got my Tech Parasaur cruelty operation going at full speed ahead. It was now day 75 and all my drakes had matured. I saddled the one with the best stats and I named her Gwen. I don't know why, I always end up naming my rock drakes Gwen. I don't know, I think it fits them. Next was the Quetzal. So I cryoed up my Tappy and head out looking for one. While I was out, I found an Ascendant Magmasaur saddle, which is really nice, but by the time I'm that high up on the ladder, I don't think engram points are going to be much of a problem anymore. Ooh. Bruh. Eventually, I found a decently high-level Quetz, and I gave it a red-hot go at taming it, eh? Whoop, there we go. Whoop. Oh no. Eventually I realized it would be a lot easier to net and trap it, so I went home and made some dino gates and ceilings. I also bought the harpoon launcher and the net projectiles. Oh, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, quick. 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 Hey. Oh, shit. Hey, come on. Oh my gosh. When he tamed up, I named him Quincy. The next day started as I fed Quincy some tasty Rex babies to level him up. The end of the challenge is visible right now. I only have a handful of tames between me and the Titan. Quincy is going to be essential when I go to tame the Titan, so I'm getting a jump on that and leveling him up preemptively. I want him to be prepared for when I go to do that. That being said, I have a bit of a roadblock right now. My next tame is the Mosasaur, which only spawns in the deep sea trench on this map. I'm currently level 78 and the scuba gear unlocks at level 80. So in short, I'm gonna have to find a way to tame a Mosa with no scuba gear. So here's the plan. Lazarus Chowder is an item that slows my oxygen consumption. Without the buff, I'll start drowning after roughly 30 seconds, but with the buff, I'll start drowning after roughly 10 minutes. Secondly, there's a creature called a Diplocaulus that has the ability to refill your oxygen from its own oxygen reserve. So I think with both of these, I'll be able to do it. Hopefully.
Oh my gosh, I forgot my crossbow.
The second I got down there, I realized I forgot my crossbow. But before I went back home to grab it, I decided to place down my trap just in case.
Oh! Oh no. Oh no. Oi. Oh shit. Oh. Oh my gosh.
Funnily enough, that Mosa just kind of wandered into my trap, so that's a huge plus. So I went ahead and I left that Mosa in there and I flew home to get my bow.
Hello, how are you? I am under the water.
When I returned, I started tranking it out. I was feeling super vulnerable down here. At any moment, an Alpha Tuso or an Alpha Mosa could just come out of nowhere and one-shot me.
Oh shit. Oh
Eventually, I knocked the Mosa out. I gave her some tasty Mosa meat and waited for her to tame up. I still hadn't made the saddle, so I put her in the pod and made my way home to make one.
Oh! Dude.
After that insane find, I took Martha out to level up. The next day, my base received a massive upgrade because I bought the Indie Forge. My next tame was the Utyrannus, which is easy. I just took Danny out to where they spawn and I tranked one out on foot.
He's pulling his cock out!
Next was the Basilisk, which was surprisingly easy.
Whoa! Oh boy!
I guess my taming speed is probably up a bit high. I didn't really expect it to tame up that easily. The next 3 days were spent preparing for another difficult tame, the squid. I did a few things to make sure I was 100% ready. I didn't want anything to go wrong during this. One, I bought scuba gear and tamed a high-level male Mosa.
Oh. Got him.
2, I bred him with my female Moza to create an absolute Chad baby. Three, I farmed for black pearls, and 4, I tamed a high-level turtle and leveled it in health. For those of you who don't know, the Tuso is tamed passively. You'll have to feed it stacks of black pearls while it's latched onto a creature. I'm bringing this chonky ass turtle as a bit of a sacrifice. The idea is that I throw this turtle out of the pod, the Tuso latches onto it, and hopefully this turtle will be able to tank the Tuso attacking it while I feed it. So on day 83, I had everything I needed and I set out to the trench again. I eventually spotted this level 110 Tuso. Oi, come on. Go. Go. Oh my gosh. Oh. On my way home from taming the Tusoteuthis, I found an Ascendant Quetz platform saddle, which is just absolutely nuts. Next was the Magmasaur. The Magmasaur is an egg steel tame, and the plan is to just shove my way in with Danny. I had almost a full stack of med brews while I was in there, and I certainly ended up using a lot of them. It was just so hot in there. Danny was able to kill the Magmasaurs fairly easily actually, despite the fact that the Magmasaur is one of the most powerful creatures in the game. I managed to grab 2 eggs and I got out of there as fast as I could. When I got home, I hatched them up and I set them next to the nanny to mature. It took the entirety of day 84 for my magmas to mature, but I made sure to do some farming while that was going on. It was day 85 by the time my magmas grew up. Bruh. My next tame was going to be the Giga. I wanted to use shocking trank darts, so I upgraded my rifle to Mastercraft. And then I went out to farm biotoxin. When I got home, I bought and crafted the shocking trank darts, metal gateways, and the large bear traps. I then went out to a spot that I knew I'd be able to find a Giga. Bingo. Oh! Oh, come on. Oh, jeez! Ah! Ah! Nice. With the shocking trank darts, it actually went down fairly quickly. Keep in mind that the Giga's torpor drains insanely fast, so make sure you have some form of narcotics on hand to keep it asleep.
Cheers, Lord, throating on their November. Jack Frost sleeping at your
Okay, today's the day. I'm going to attempt the Titanosaur. For those of you that don't know, the Titan is a non-traditional knockout tame. Its armor is too thick for tranks to work, so you need to bash it in the face with cannonballs or mech shells. I don't have access to the mech on this map, so what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna mount cannons on my Quetzal's platform saddle. This is why that Ascendant saddle that I found was such a huge find. The Titan is a bit bugged, or less bugged and more neglected, I'd say. When you hit the Titan directly on its head with a cannonball, it'll gain 750 torpor, but the kick is that it'll drain that much torpor in less than 90 seconds. It just has an insanely fast torpor drain, which means it's effectively impossible to tame the Titanosaur on single player. This issue is outlined pretty in depth in this video by Phoenix Mech. Go ahead and check that out if you'd like more detail on it, but in short, the Titan is pretty much impossible to tame unless you tweak your settings pretty aggressively. So these are the settings that I'll be using. In my testing, I found that this was pretty much the best way to make this tame possible, but not dead easy. If you have an issue with that, make sure you leave a hate comment and boost my engagement. I had to get more geared up. I crafted the mining drill and the chem bench so I could craft all of the gunpowder that I needed. I crafted 20 cannonballs, 2 cannons, and the Titan saddle, which takes 4,000 metal to craft. But without further ado, here's my attempt at taming the Titan.
There it is. I'm like getting nervous right now. Got him. Oh, my cannon broke. One of my cannons broke after the first shot. If my second cannon breaks, I'll have to start this tame all over again. Missed. Go up, up. Got him. Nice. Oh, that torpor drains so fast. Ah, damn it. Nice, that was a hit. Nice, nice. Oh, it's out. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yes, finally. I managed to knock the Titan out. Once you put the platform saddle onto it, it instantly tames. Once it tamed, I made sure to put my settings back to default, and I then walked my Titan back to my base.
Oh my god, stop, bro, I'm stuck!
Alright, that's it. Thank you guys so much for all of the support I've gotten over the last roughly 6 weeks of my channel being up. I have a couple ideas of what I want to do next. I'll probably release a community post a couple days after this video is out, kind of discussing what my plans are after this series. I know I didn't release this as a part 3. It seems like the YouTube algorithm doesn't really like the sequential video format, so I think from here on out, I'm just gonna be releasing these bigger projects, these bigger, more in-depth projects as just standalone videos. That does mean that they'll come out a little bit less frequently, but I'll be uploading shorts pretty much once a week. Anyway, if you guys have made it this far, please make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day.